Hey lovely people, welcome back to the lovely place. Today I just wanted to hang out with you a little bit and just show you what our plans are and discuss where we're going and how we're going to get there. So come with me. Here is the pole barn that we're going to make into a little bit of a, we'll call it a campsite, if you will. You can call it a tiny house, but it's not going to be an official living space. It's just going to be a place that we can come, we can visit when we're up here, we can clean up. There'll be a shower, there'll be a kitchen. There's a shop, of course, where the tractor is. And I wanted to show you around in there a little bit and also talk to you about where the future home's going to be and kind of show you the view from that area and just the layout of it all. But if you've noticed, if you go up that way, you'll see our driveway that there's a previous video of the build of this driveway that came in through the woods, and the entire driveway is about 3/4 of a mile long. So takes quite a while to get back here. I've got a lot more work to do on the first part of the driveway. One of the things we got to do there is we got to dig those ditches out nice and kind of graded so it's not such a deep ditch. Over time we didn't have enough tiles or culverts going across the driveway, so the rainwater has really washed them out and it's really dug it deep. And so what we've got to do is add more tiles going across to get some of that high flow of water off of those ditches, and then grade it out and probably put some riprap in there and keep it from tearing up like that. Also, the hillside going down from the driveway or to the driveway, it's really rutted out and eroded. And so I've still got one mound of topsoil back there that I want to take and spread out real soon, and then put more seed and straw down. Was hoping to do that in the next couple of days, but as you probably saw from one of our previous videos, we just painted the belly of our Rhino 3150 bush hog, and that's still curing, so we can't cut the field and the grass down there yet, and it's a little bit too tall for me to go raking all that dirt over it at this time. So instead we're going to just pick up some sticks and some rocks today so that we can keep clearing out a little bit further into the woods, and I'll be able to use my swisher or my DR or even the bad boy and not hit rocks and sticks, stuff like that. But come on over this way a little bit. I'll tell you, so you might remember if you watched the video where we put the seed down, we used a Rebel, I think it was called Rebel. It's on that video. We'll put a link to it if we can on this video, but that had the grass seed, but it was specifically shaded seed. And as you can see, when you look up at these trees, we've got a lot of shade in this area. And even right now, when you look at the grass, I mean, if you pan around here, it's mostly shade. And right now it's 10:33 in the morning. At different times of the day, you get sun on different sides of the building. This is due south right here, and so the sun's coming up and across. And I'm just impressed at how well this has worked in the shade. And we don't have water up here, so we've not physically been able to water this grass. This is all the doing of God, so thank God for this. All right, so over here, I was up here yesterday and I was thinking about the best position of the home. And again, I pointed out this beautiful view 1,000 times because this is the spot where our side deck would be. And if you can see right out that way, there's a mountain peak, and there's a mountain on the right and a mountain on the left. If you guys are from out west, you don't call these mountains, you call these hills. These are the hills of Tennessee. I lived in Utah for a little while, and those are mountains. These are hills, but it's a beautiful hill, and from here you've got just an amazing view. And so from this area, if you look back that way, behind the barn, the driveway will continue up around and behind the barn. We're probably going to put an equipment shed back there. Then the driveway will come on around here. I'm probably going to veer it a little bit over to the left and then back in. But about right here, I would imagine, would be the corner of the back of the home. And so, and over there, of course, you can see the pole barn. So it'll be that close to the barn, and that's where my tractor will be. But the home eventually, if we're blessed enough to ever be able to build it, will be going from this way to this way. and then it will come out. And this is on a hillside, and so we're going to probably dig into the ground here and have a lower level that will be like a basement, but it'll be more like a walk-in from the low side. You'll be able to walk in, we can pull our equipment in there. And then from this back side here, we're literally going to be able to park and walk in, because we're getting older, and we'll be able to walk in without climbing stairs and be on the main level. So the main level will be, you know, at this height, but it's going to continue out here and be high because we're going to dig in. The deck will be basically like a wraparound porch that will allow us to set out, look out at this beautiful field, look out at those beautiful hills well beyond there, and just enjoy this lovely place. So it's very exciting. I don't know when we're going to be able to make that happen, but if you stick around long enough, God willing, you'll get to see the full build of this house one day. That's the goal. That's the long-term goal. And if you'll turn back around this way and check it out, this is where we have some trails going right off behind the house. And you've seen these trails. We cut those with the Swisher before. And of course, originally we cut them with the DR. And it was just probably 2 weeks ago that I took the Swisher through here. Again, and it's on video as well. Pulled it behind my Sportsman Polaris 550. And just cleaned this trail up again, because since spring came, it's really begun to grow up. But check it out. And it just goes on and on and on. By the time we get through with all the trails down at the creek area and down all the way, the creek goes the full length of this property. I wouldn't doubt it if we might have 5 miles of trails by the time this is all said and done, which will be awesome. Can't wait. There was an old logging road, and this trail merges into that. And so we just use that road to continue the trail on around. So this is the road I'm talking about. You can see where it's a little indented, been rutted out on each side, where something's driven back through here over time, many years ago, and it continues on around. Now, this direction here, this all goes downhill, and then it levels off down there for many acres, and it meets a creek. And in fact, down that way toward the creek is some floodplain. And so that's really just good recreational land that we're just going to enjoy for years to come. And not much we were going to be able to do down there except make nice picnic areas or camping spots and so on. But up here on the hillside, and it goes all the way back this way, and it kind of curves around that direction, we can put cabins, you know, all sorts of things. I think my future shooting range will probably be back here. It's a nice day. So I'll just kind of stop right here and kind of, we'll look down the hill. But as you can see, this slope's pretty good. So what I envision is clearing out an area down there that's pointing toward the hill, and setting up a bench to shoot from, and some nice long-term target area there to make a range that we're shooting back into the hill, but obviously not toward the house, not toward the cabin, but in the hill on that side. But yeah, gosh, this morning I was awakened at 5:30 a.m. with my Reolink cameras going off motion detection, hitting my phone. You know, I always watch these cameras because I just want to, you know what's going on up here. But I got to enjoy the view of 1 deer coming out of the woods, 2 deer, 3, 4, 5, 6 deer out there just grazing in the field, and enjoying this place. And yesterday, my wife and I, we were sitting on the front porch after painting the rhino, and we got to watch wild turkey just hanging out. they hung out with us for like an hour and a half, just I don't know, probably about 50 yards away, 30 yards, something like that. And this is just a retreat. It's the lovely place, and so we're really enjoying it. All right, so let's go on into the pole barn, and I'll kind of show you where we are today, what's coming next, and where we want to go with it. Okay, we've got two parts of the build of this pole barn that we did record that's on this channel. So if you want to check that out, you can find that at the channel there. But here is where we are today so far. Of course, it's funny with this wind. Look what I'm getting all over the concrete. I literally just blew this off yesterday. But yeah, it's back. So we've got the side door here, which of course will go right out toward the house. That's where the house will be. Come on in, I'll show you around. It's a little bit of a mess because I don't have to yell now because I'm inside, no wind. It's a little bit of a mess because we're in the middle of construction. But right here, you'll notice this is the sliding glass doors, right here. So you look out the front, we have the little fire pit. Got some chairs we'll be putting out here, Adirondack chairs most likely. Right now we got foldable chairs, and just to sit and enjoy. This is where we were watching the turkey yesterday. But when you come inside, if you look straight ahead, first of all, right above you there will be, of course, the ceiling will be finished with a shiplap style. Maybe it'll be actually shiplap, I'm not really sure just yet. But we're going to go all the way up to the top rafter, if you will, the top of that truss. And I'll point that out to you in a moment when we get up there. There'll be a nice chandelier hanging down here in the center. Right in front of us will be a kitchen sink, like a farmhouse sink. And there'll be a black granite countertop all the way across here, except right here there'll be a range. Over here we'll have a dishwasher. Got us a garbage disposal hook up here. And around this wall, we're going to have a refrigerator, and then we're going to have a pantry. The pantry will hold food and some other things that we can store in here, and we'll have a microwave in there as well. This will be a barn door that will allow us to get out to the small shop area that we have. Right now I've got my tractor and my side-by-side. That's Big Red, that's Little Red. They're in here now just hanging out, staying out of the wind. And then we're going to have, as you notice here, if you look up, there's an exposed rafters or floor joists, and that's our ceiling. We're going to leave it exposed. There'll be a light right up there. And this is going to be our huge living room or den. We have windows in so many places, we really don't know where we're going to place any furniture just yet. Probably some sort of corner little sofa that might pull out or something, maybe about right here. Not really sure. There will be maybe an island here and an island here, perhaps. That's something we're thinking, or maybe one right in the middle, something like that. And then over this way will be our bedroom. So these two windows will be like our headboard and the bed. We can put a queen bed right here very comfortably and have enough room on each side to walk. This is the spot where we're going to mount a TV. And by the way, all of this electrical is going to be ran off of solar. We've already purchased our solar array, the inverters, the panels, everything from Signature Solar. It's in storage right now, waiting to be installed. We're getting the rough end done on the electrical really soon, hopefully next week, and you'll see that on video as well. But we're going to be mounting a large TV here, and the mount will actually be able to come out and rotate so that if we're chilling out in bed, we can have the TV literally right in front of us. It will also rotate this way, so if we're in the living room, we'll be able to watch TV, or if you're in the kitchen. Now, I don't expect we'll be doing a lot of TV watching up here, but at night when we're, after a long, hard day's work, after an awesome shower in this bathroom that I'm about to show you, we will want to chill out and watch a little TV. So we're going to have it just in case. So right here, there's going to be a barn door. This is going to be the bathroom. Right in front of you, you'll see like a farm style sink here up on top. It's a top mounted sink. That'll be on top of the black granite countertop. Over here, it's going to be really tight, however, because we've got to come out at least, I believe the smallest one that we found, washer and dryer combination that we're going to put here under the counter. if I'm remembering correctly, it's 22 3/4 inches. So, you know, by the time we have a little space behind it, you know, for the hookups, we're probably going to be out about 24 inches. So that's only going to give us about 18 inches of space to walk through to get to the toilet. It will be facing that direction. And then the shower, and this is a pretty good space. We got a lot of stuff piled in here at the moment, but this will be a shower door. And yeah, we'll have a shower head on both sides, which is going to be really cool. And again, exposed ceilings in here. We're going to have to install some sort of a fan to vent out the humidity from when the shower is running, and also the exhaust for the toilet. So let me back up around here. And yeah, that's pretty much the downstairs. So let's go upstairs. All right, so we're not going to have a ladder here long term. So the long term plan is over on that side. We actually don't have this little notch out. This is the notch out for the bathroom that's below us right here. But over there, I'm going to build a staircase that we'll be able to lift it up, lock it in on that side, and lower it down. So it's going to be a real nice set of stairs that we can climb up comfortably and not worry about falling off, with some sort of rail on the side as well. But yeah, this is the loft. And we have 3 lofts up here. If you look across, that one is pretty much equal to this one. And this is just a regular pine tongue and groove floor that we put in. And of course, from underneath, you saw the exposed ceiling that this creates. But we'll have nice railing for the grandchildren all the way around this, so nobody's gonna fall off. And over there, we'll have a gate for entry at the top of where those stairs are going to be. The plan is to put a sconce of some kind hanging right here. We've already purchased them, as a matter of fact. Actually, it'll be hanging about right here. This will be the switch for it. And then we'll have some outlets around for them to be able to plug in their phones or whatever. But this will actually probably put twin mattresses up here, but it's large enough to put a full-size mattress on both sides. Well, the framer told me that if we choose to, we could build up from here all the way to the ceiling and cut these out so that we're not going to be hitting our heads on these above these lofts. Not going to cut it out in the center. I think we need that for support, but I'm going to check on that a little further, because it would be nice not to have to bend over up here. But again, this is a barn, and this is just a space that we can come camp out, chill out. This is not a living space. This is a visit space, you know, a place to come have fun and work and stay clean and have, you know, some heating and cooling. We're going to put a wood burning stove in here, and there's also a mini split that I purchased along with my solar array from Signature Solar that's going to go in right above where those 2 windows were at, above the bed downstairs. Now, I'm going to take you over here, and we're going to have a light on this little wall, and there'll be a light on this wall too that will have a 3-way switch that we'll be able to control from down there. There's also going to be a ceiling fan that we're going to place in the middle of this ceiling up here. This is for the larger bedroom loft that we have. And you notice under here we have storage. There will be some can lights up in here on both sides, but this has got all kinds of space for storage. And we're going to leave it open, however. But there will be a bed, and most likely we'll put a king mattress right here that will come out this way, right up against the window. We've got a lot of cleaning up to do up here. Some bugs we're getting in because this is not sealed off. And so we threw a couple of bug bombs in here, and you can see that it did its job. I thought this was kind of cool how we built this wall so that the garage door can come up inside on its track, and we can still have that expanse and not get in the way of the garage door. And the garage door, when it's open, it just comes and tucks inside this area, and so we'll have wall covering that, of course. The next step after the electric will be the insulation, and that's going to be a job, but we're going to get it done. So we've got a big vision. We've got a lot of work ahead of us. And so stick around, hang out with us, and you can be with us as we turn this little pole barn into a little bit of a retreat.